Alright, y'all. Christian Styles back for another video. There's Georgia. I know people like to see Georgia on the channel. So, this morning is probably one of the better days, more pleasant. This comes exactly after the video I posted earlier today, because it is what today is? The 15th. It's February 15th, 2025. Valentine's Day was yesterday. As you can see, my wife decided not to give me my son for my weekend. This is my weekend. And I don't have him because she thought that she could just drive away and do whatever she wants to do. And I have been having an issue with the attorney on the case being untruthful and defaming my name and slandering my character and the whole nine, which a video on that and the experience is coming soon. But this morning I got an email after I sent her a cease and desist letter, cease and desist, and then I sent her well, I didn't really send her. I sent the Florida bar a complaint based on her behavior. And when the Florida bar responded, then we had, when the Florida bar responded, I had time to respond to her response. Because, okay, so when you make a complaint with the Florida bar that, you know, manages everybody's licenses, okay, basically, and disbars people and punishes people based on inappropriate behavior. So when you go all the way to the state and report someone, that's a huge deal. And you have to have all the evidence to back it up. And clearly I did. And the entire case by itself is evidence enough that she doesn't need to have a legal license. Like, I'll get deep into that at a later date. But because of all the pressure that I put on her and the court to basically just tell the truth, and for the court to quit backing up the lie by ignoring the inappropriate filings, she eventually withdrew, and she put that in this morning, although it's dated the 13th of February, which I think that's when I sent the cease and desist. I'm not exactly sure, but she put stipulation, which means she's trying to make it seem as if she was forced to step down, which no, I didn't. I just simply said what I said in the cease and desist, which in that video I'll read it and we'll go through it and we'll, you know, break it down in full detail. But then I sent the court a copy of the Florida bar complaint, her response to my complaint, and it matched up with all the other lies that she told under the court. So she, I guess, thought that I was gonna leave some stones unturned, which clearly you don't know me very well if you thought that's what I was gonna do. And I went ahead and put everything into the court for transparency, like, because I wanted the judge to know that we have issues. Like, it's not, this case isn't going to be moving as fast as it probably could if we have so much hatred and animosity for one another. It's just not going to work. Like, anything she does or tries to do, there's going to be pushback from me. Anything I do, there's going to be pushback from her, which you would think is the way a court is supposed to go when you're in the middle of litigation. No, this is an unhealthy level, hit below the belt, make personal comments, go for the jugular type of woman, and then you have my wife backing up the bullshit, or she's saying that my wife was backing up the bullshit. But I don't think that that's actually true, because some of the filings that we'll go through in full detail, the way that they were written didn't make any sense. None of the dates lined up. Like, she had me here in Florida in September when I wasn't here until November, or stuff like that, like just ass backwards type of stuff. And I just could never. I'm like, does Akaya even read this stuff? Like, that literally is what was going through my head every day. I'm sitting at my desk like, there's no way she read this, because if she read it, she would have even said, that doesn't make sense, because I know what time and date my husband moved back to Florida. I know when that was, because we've been fucking that entire time. Like, she knows the correct timeline. So for her to let something be published knowing that it's incorrect, maybe it was a strategy on her part, like, have it be so confusing. But all it did for me was help me, because I put it in the correct order and totally discredited anything this woman has ever said, and continue to do so with every single filing. And now I'm sure Kaya's gonna run, and she's gonna get a new attorney, I guess, to represent her, because there's no way in hell she'll win against me on her own. And it's clear that even this attorney couldn't take the heat. So it's like, you're a professional in the field, okay? And you're supposed to know more than I do about this. I'm not a practicing attorney. It doesn't matter what I know and how brilliant my brain is and how much I know about the law and Florida law. It doesn't matter about any of that. I am not a practicing attorney. Do I know things? Absolutely. That's why I'm able to do this so well. And, even created an entire legal LLC for this stuff, so I can help other pro se litigants do what I'm doing, and craft their documents for them, and, help them in a way. So that they're not totally alone in trying to get what's best for their family law situation or whatever. So, Gladiator in a Suit LLC, shout out to Kerry Washington and Shonda Rhimes and ABC, I guess. The television show Scandal, this is where I got the name Gladiator in a Suit, because if you worked for Olivia Pope and Associates, it was Gladiator in a Suit. Like, that's what they were. They didn't call themselves lawyers. They were crisis management. It was different. So, I said, you know what? This is something that I could actually make money off of. So I started a whole business and a brand off of helping people in their court cases, even people that are close to me, like car issues, and I paid for the car, but my mom won't take her name off of it, and stuff like that. I help people get their due in court, just from crafting the document the way a hired attorney would. They're hiring me. I'm not necessarily an attorney, but I know the way to craft a document, and I know how to align facts that work. That's all filing in court is. It's all about facts and evidence. If you can prove, you have the screenshots of the date you paid or the money amount, and if it says who it was sent to, all of those things, I'm good at gathering those details. So I created a brand, because that's just what I do. And it's actually going pretty well. And I'm spearheading that brand with this, my own personal divorce case, which, to be honest, I wish wasn't even happening. But this is where we are. And this is what it is now. There's no going back. As much as I'd like to call it all off, my son deserves a parent that puts him first, not a vendetta against his mom or trying to be right and win all the time. It's not about that. It's about him making sure that he has his clothes, his food, his diapers, his shoes, his wipes, making sure that he's enrolled in a school, that he's learning his ABCs, his 1, 2, 3s, learning to craft sentences and say the word juice, and speak the words for what he wants, and not just show you what he wants. There's a very deep concern I have by her lack of action on getting him on the right track. He doesn't have health care insurance. He doesn't have anything. Everything I set up in the hospital, she let it all lapse. when she took him away from me for 720 days. So the concern at hand is my child having a decent upbringing that it's going to be helpful to him, that's going to be beneficial to him, that's not going to harm him in ways that he may never recover from. I want to be able to be involved in his doctor visits, in which she locked me out of pediatric associates. Even when I called them, they're like, we can't give you any information until Miss Charles signs off. I'm like, what? We're still married. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm not even sure how the hell she was able to do that. However, now I have all the information that I need, and I'll go put my information down and, do all that stuff, now that I know the pediatric associates location and stuff like that, and have a firm talking to the people in there, so they know to never do this again. Who knows, I may even sue pediatric associates for all the time lost and make them produce every last record from every appointment so that I can keep record of it, because she's not a good record keeper. She's just not. If she was, she'd be winning this case, but she's not a good, there's no way. Her case is dead in the water because you did parental alienation for all that time. Like, there is no winning on, and you're in the wrong. You were in the wrong in the beginning and you're in the wrong now. Like, there's no winning in this particular case. But if she was a record keeper, she would have better footing. She would have a better chance against me, but she's not built that way. Her brain just doesn't work that way. Colleen Stern, my mentor, always said sometimes you just got to look at people and things and go, it's good to be me. And it's not to be rude or disrespectful. It's just true. It's good to be me, because people don't have the insight and the intellect that I have, and I'm very grateful to have it. So I got to admit, I was not shocked in the slightest by her withdrawal. I figured it was only a matter of time. But it's so funny because just in January, when she responded to the Florida bar, which we'll go in further detail at a later time, when she responded to that complaint that I made to the state, she said, I have been representing my client for 3 years and I will continue to do so, and da-da-da. Oh, really? Really? What changed your mind? So, it's kind of like out of left field for me, because I thought she was just going to keep digging her heels in. And what a dumb professional she would have been to keep doing that when there's nowhere else for you to go but out of the equation, because you've already screwed her up so much. And I don't want this kind of result for my wife. I don't want them to really see who she is. But I have to defend myself. So on that same hand, I have to defend myself, and I have to make sure my son has what he needs. And if that means throwing her under the bus, well, so be it. It's about him, me putting him at the forefront and doing things that are with what's I truly believe to be in the best interest of my son, my junior, my legacy. I think that I am the best thing for him. Everybody thinks that. My parents think that. Her parents think that. Or her father anyways. Because I still talk to him. And, it's like everyone around us, all of my friends are like, she's gonna screw this child up. He's gonna have such problems. And it's like, there's nothing I can do about that. Unfortunately, there's nothing at all I can do. And it is a tough pill to swallow. It is. It's a big one. But I gotta keep fighting. I've been here this long. I'm not giving up, clearly. I will see it through that my son gets his due. Because it's about him. It's not about me at all. I am the figurehead because I'm the other parent, but it is not about me. This journey isn't about me. It is about him being able to look to both of his parents, knowing that they did everything possible that was in his best interest, not one trying to get over on the other out of spite. Which is so silly, because one day he's gonna look back at this video. He's gonna watch this video one day. He's gonna see how hard his father fought from him while his mom did everything in her power to keep me away. But yet, in this day and age, in 2025, I grew up at a time around 2010 to maybe 2017 where black men wanted nothing to do with their children, and still don't to this day, wants nothing to do with them. And women, oh, you sorry ass nigga, and you sorry baby daddy, and all this stuff that they say. These black niggas, they just pump you with their kids and then they leave and they don't want any part of paying for them or caring for them. Well, you have the exact opposite. You have a husband that wanted him when you didn't. That wanted a child to be born from us. And she was against that at the time. And I believe she still would have been against it had I not pushed on the issue. So it's kind of like you didn't want him to begin with. That was clear. You blame him and me for your life being the way that it is. He doesn't have anything to do with that. He's here now. He didn't ask to be here. So it's like you come after me for doing what I know is the best thing for my child. And because I know what's in the best interest of my child, if that doesn't include you, if your name isn't in the picture, you have to look back at yourself. What did you do to be excluded from my vision when it comes to a peaceful life pertaining our child? You did that to yourself. I'm not trying to oust you, but I do want you to step aside so that he's able to grow and prosper properly. Because if you don't, okay, if you continue to fight, I can't even say fight the good fight, because she's not even fighting the good fight. She's fighting against what's best for her child, which for the life of me, I just don't get it. If she thinks, oh, well, if dad gets 80%, then he's going to cut me out of everything. And I won't see him ever. That's not true. I'm always the one that's like, we're going to make a family trip here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. She's against all of those things. Being a family, showing that we're a united front, regardless of whether or not we're physically together. It's like she can't separate the two, but her family is in control of every little thing she's allowed to do and say. And so without their approval, she's not going to do what she knows is the right thing to do. She shouldn't have broken up our family to begin with. So I say all that to say this: regardless of how much bad blood is going on between us, this is all going to end eventually. And she'll be left with a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of things that could have been avoided. And I don't want that for her. She'll always be the love of my life. She'll always be. And the mother of my child. But you have to know that everything that you say and everything that you do takes a toll and has its effect. So I'm trying to hold on to to cordial, to nice, to peace, to co-parenting effectively. Trying to get my best friend back. Trying to at least have some kind of cordial relationship where we can at least call each other and talk about our wants, our goals, our dreams, our aspirations for our child and our family. We can't even do that without her thinking it's something else. She has to maintain this position as if I'm the enemy, especially in court, to make her stance known. But if you're sleeping with the enemy behind the scenes, how do you really feel? Because you didn't have a problem with me being a parent when we laid down and had the child. You didn't like that your family was being ousted from the picture because they're rude and disrespectful and just nasty human beings to me. And they attack me for no reason, even 5 years before I even knew who they were. Like, I didn't even know these people. I still don't know them. I have never been face to face with them, like, ever. They don't know me. They don't know anything about, the only thing they know is what they see on YouTube, what they see on social media. And all of that is highlight reel for the most part. They don't know my actual day-to-day life. They don't know my actual personality. They don't know any of that. They think that they do because they see the worst, the toughest part of me that they believe their family member had to go through. But their family member got loving, got sweet, got nice, got caring. And when they were involved, it went sour. They are at fault for ruining our marriage. Period. I take responsibility for the things that I have done wrong and the actions that I have taken that I should not have. I have said that over and over and over again, but it doesn't negate what her family did was wrong. No matter how much accountability I take, if they don't take accountability for the role and the part that they played in the destruction of our marriage, then where is there to go from here? Because we're stuck in each other's lives forever now. So you don't have to like me, but you will respect me. And you will see me at every fucking function. It's just the way it is. Not because I'm the better parent, but because CJ's a boy and he needs his father. Period. There's nothing else to it. It's just that. I will not be an absentee parent. I haven't been thus far. Now, I'm gonna close this video out here because I have a family function party to go to. That's why I'm down here in Fort Lauderdale with my mom, because my whole family is going to this function. So I'll sign off here. If you like this video, hit the like button. Comment down below what you think about the situation and all that jazz. Tell me what you want to see in future videos pertaining to this issue. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell notification, hit all, so you get notified every time I upload a new video. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Stay perfectly imperfect. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.